Donald Trump got some brotherly love at the White House today. Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, were in town and stopped by to say hi to their favorite guy.
The season started off slow, but you soon caught fire with your great coach inspiring you, and you got the ball to your superstar running back, who I met yesterday, and I want to tell you he's a handsome guy, but I wouldn't want to tackle him. Saquon Barkley. I offered him a ride on Air Force One because I was coming down, and usually they say, no, I don't think so. He said, I'll take it, sir. And he loved it, and we loved being together. He's a great young guy.
Running back Saquon Barkley spent the weekend golfing at Bedminster. Democrats hate when black stars like Saquon chill out with Trump, and they threw a fit. But none of that matters anymore. Saquon said some people are really upset because I played and golfed and flew to the White House with the president. Maybe I just respect the office. Not a hard concept to understand. Just golfed with Obama not too long ago and look forward to finishing my round with Trump. We're living in a different world. In 2018, the Eagles boycotted their White House visit, and now they're visiting and getting in a round. The culture is embracing Donald Trump because just like in sports, Trump's about results. Doesn't matter what you say, it's how you play. Your opponent and your critics, they can say whatever they want, but the only thing that matters is the score at the end of the game. There's a lot of people who talk trash on the field but can't back it up. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the game isn't even close to over. It's just getting started.
There was a story 10 days ago that said this is the worst April for the stock market since the Great Depression. 10 days later, the NASDAQ is now up on the month of April, and I haven't seen a story that says, oh, stock market has biggest bounce back ever.
The White House has a lot of momentum. IBM's investing $150 billion into American tech manufacturing. And Trump's tackling the border invasion all day, every day. In Colorado Springs this weekend, an MS-13 nightclub got iced. Over 100 illegal gangsters were arrested with their girlfriends. Hope their wives weren't watching. Think about how brazen these migrants were. They had their own nightclub in the middle of Colorado, and Biden knew about it and let it thrive.
During the Biden administration, they received 170 911 calls to that club alone. That club we were just watching, 170 calls. Wouldn't you think that would have been a red flag?
Wouldn't.
Nothing happened. Guns, shootings, ag batteries, nothing happened. So under Donald Trump, DEA, FBI, U.S. Marshals, ATF, ICE, everyone went in together. DEA led this investigation, went in, got 115 illegal immigrants, aliens in our country, arrested them.
In Florida, Operation Tidal Wave is in full swing. Biden migrants are having nightmares about Tom Homan.
We are in the beginning stages of carrying out the largest deportation campaign in American history. Over this past weekend, it was announced that through Operation Tidal Wave, a joint effort between ICE Miami and Florida law enforcement agencies, nearly 800 illegal aliens were arrested during the first 4 days alone. But some of these bad hombres aren't too slick. One illegal got busted for stealing $3 grand in cash from Kristi Noem's purse at a burger joint in D.C. The guy pickpocketed the wrong kind of secretary. The feds found him passed out, blowing his haul on cocktails in an Italian restaurant. And that's a lot of cash for Kristi Noem to be carrying around in her purse. Maybe the Easter Bunny left it for her. So whenever I ask my wife if she has any cash, she never does. Trump planted 100 illegal alien mugshots right on the White House lawn. So every time a reporter does a live shot from their position outside the White House, the mugshots are in the background, and there's nothing they can do about it. He's forcing the media to cover the crime wave they just covered up. And these are the worst of the worst. Illegals convicted of murder to child rape. The media wanted to see Trump's mugshot, and he was like, take these instead. And the press is flabbergasted at how they keep getting outfoxed.
The White House has put up about 100 posters of what they say are unauthorized immigrants who have been arrested for violent crimes. You can see them there. They put them up on the driveway of the White House. But what's particularly noteworthy about this location is it is right directly behind the positions where TV correspondents do their hits from the White House lawn. So therefore, no matter what network you're on, that includes MSNBC, if you're doing a hit from the White House right now, those pictures will be behind you.
I would encourage those individuals that have that as a back shot to blur those people out. I recognize live shots are tough, but I would encourage folks to actually make sure that those shots are blurred to the best of your abilities. We know better.
Well said.
MSNBC is demanding privacy for illegal aliens who rape kids. They have to protect the privacy rights of Honduran nationals convicted of murder. In this industry, we only blur faces of minors, and they want to blur faces of illegals who rape minors. They're coddling foreign third world criminals like children. Like MS-13 needs protection from us. America's Heartthrob says everyone's getting deported, whether they like it or not.
What percentage of the, let's just pick an even number of, say, 10 million illegal aliens, let's say that Biden released, what percentage do you think we should let stay here of those 10 million?
I'm not trying to do a game.
No, but I'm saying, no, but...
You think that's the best use of...
Well, hold on, but is it your view that if a Democrat president releases 10, 15, 20 million illegals into the country, they all then should get to stay forever and for all of life?
Stephen, I don't have a view about what Democratic presidents do. I'm asking what the Republican president
so,
and how
okay, so you don't want to answer the question because you know the answer is obvious. Everyone that Biden let in has to go home.
Tom Homan's going to be a busy man. In fact, he says he's going to do a third term, too. Maybe a fourth, maybe a fifth.
People want to know, okay, when am I going to retire for the third time? I'll retire when every public safety threat, national security threat, child rape is eradicated from this country.
The media is protecting migrants, and so are the judges. They're ordering planes full of illegals to turn around mid-flight and fly back to America. One judge got caught harboring a member of Tren de Aragua. This judge gave him AK-47s and then smashed his phone with a hammer, Hillary style, when cops showed up at his door. This guy was so bad he had pictures of decapitated heads on his phone. That's why the judge hammered it. He knows a thing or two about evidence. And another was caught aiding and abetting a migrant escaping justice. This illegal was in court for allegedly beating a woman up. And this judge, who happens to be a woman, heard ICE was in the courthouse, stopped the proceeding, and helped the illegal sneak out the back door. This judge swore an oath to the Constitution to faithfully administer the law, and she's breaking the law by helping a foreigner break the law. So the Justice Department said no one's above the law and arrested the judge. They told us that's what happens. They told us no matter who you were, no matter what you do, no one's above the law. You break the law, you pay the price. Now, the same people who told you that said judges should be above the law and should be able to break whatever law they want. And Trump, who's just enforcing the law, he should be in prison, not the illegal or the judge.
Trump wants to be king. A king doesn't have a constitution. A king just does whatever he wants. This is a constitutional crisis.
Arresting a judge today. Are you kidding me? That is a sign of weakness, not strength.
It strikes me as maybe something illegal, but it also strikes me as something heroic. People are sometimes called to do civil disobedience.
They're saying you can break the law to resist Trump. Not just you, judges, the military, politicians. This is why they didn't think Biden raiding Trump's house was that bad. This is why they don't care when psychos go to Ukraine and show up with a rifle at Trump's golf club. This is why DAs let you vandalize a Tesla and then drop charges. If a judge lets an illegal accused of abusing women escape out of the back door to ditch ICE, they're giving the whole country a permission slip to do whatever's necessary to stop Trump's agenda. An agenda that won in a landslide and a mandate on border security. That was at the top of the list with voters, along with the economy. This is pre-Civil War style resistance. We're getting into traitorous territory. Democrat politicians who could be back in power in just 2 years want to arrest the Attorney General and the FBI director on kidnapping charges.
On the logic of this arrest of Judge Dugan, all of the people in the Trump administration who participated in defying that order by Judge Boasberg themselves could be arrested for interfering with a legal proceeding and perhaps other criminal charges like kidnapping, as you were suggesting before.
This is the same thing they did with DEI and the same thing they did on trans. They are changing the language to justify their actions. Deporting criminals is now kidnapping Maryland dads. Democrats are telling us they're going to play dirty. They're going to chop block, spear, hitch in the family jewels. They'll do anything. They're already telling the country Trump's a failed president, that he's already a dictator, and hitting them with over 90% negative coverage, telling their audience that him doing what he was elected to do means he's Mussolini. They're brainwashing you into thinking we're in a recession and in a constitutional crisis. Is that how you feel? I don't feel that way. People I talk to, they don't feel that way. JP Morgan's CEO says younger people in this country are on track towards having an unbelievable life. And Trump says as serious as his job is, he's having fun. Who wouldn't when you're golfing with Saquon? Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.